What is up, guys? Today we're going to be looking through uh, a new deck similar to one that 4-0'd a daily the other day. It'll run off Séance. I've changed it a little bit. That deck didn't really have a great sideboard and it was just kind of a rogue maverick deck. But in testing, this deck has done pretty well. So basically it revolves around Séance, right, which is this white enchantment from Dark Ascension. Basically what it does is at the beginning of each upkeep, you may exile target creature card from your graveyard. And if you do, you put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature, except it's also a spirit. And then you exile it at the beginning of the next end step. So basically what that does is you got creatures in your graveyard during the upkeep. Comes back into play as a token and exiled at the end of the turn. And that card is exiled as well, so you lose that card in your graveyard. Okay. The combo here is you play a Séance, and then you want to exile your single copy of Mirror-Mad Phantasm, and then you want to pay the Phantasm's activated ability. And what the activated ability does is you shuffle Mirror-Mad Phantasm into its owner's library, and you keep flipping cards over until you reveal another Mirror-Mad Phantasm. And then all the cards that were flipped over, those go into the graveyard. And then I guess Mirror-Mad Phantasm just goes into play or whatever, goes to your hand. But it doesn't matter because you only have one copy. So what happens is, like, let's say Mirror-Mad's in your graveyard, you cast Séance on Mirror-Mad Phantasm during your opponent's turn, right? Then you pay the 1 blue, 1 colorless to use the ability. So the card is supposed to go back into your library, but since it's a token of Mirror-Mad Phantasm, it just disappears. It's just exiled completely, right? So when you're flipping over your library, you have no more of this Mirror-Mad Phantasm. So you're going to deck out. You're going to flip over your entire deck. But what happens is, since it's your opponent's turn, you don't lose because you're not actually drawing a card. There's no wording on the card that says that you draw into it. So during your next upkeep, when it's your turn, during your upkeep, you will make a token of Laboratory Maniac, which is this guy right here, and then you would draw a card. And Laboratory Maniac says if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game. And because you have no cards, you win. So, I mean, this seems like a pretty far-fetched win condition because, there's only one copy of the Phantasm in the deck. So not like two things need to happen. Obviously, you need to play a Séance, and obviously you need to stick a Mirror-Mad Phantasm in the graveyard. Luckily, there's a bunch of ways you could probably do this, but this is the coolest way that I've seen so far. It's pretty cool. I mean, you could play like Total Control, Blue-White Control, or you could just use red for Faithless Looting or Forbidden Alchemy, whatever, right? So what we've done here is we've used like a blue-white-red shell with a small splash of black, and our goal here is to dig as deep as we can to get Mirror-Mad Phantasm, but at the same time we have a supporting cast of creatures that can help us stabilize against different deck archetypes mid-game, so that we pull into that combo without dying prior to that. Also, there's enough damage and other options available, like sideboard, so that if they play Graveyard Hate, you aren't totally dead in the water. So we'll look through those cards a little bit real quickly. So for the package, for the creature, let's look at the creature package first, okay? So we got 4 Séance, obviously, because we need this to combo. 1 Mirror-Mad Phantasm and 2 Laboratory Maniacs. So 1 Mirror-Mad Phantasm, because I guess you could play 2, but the problem is if you find the second one, you're just kind of like extending the length it takes to win. You might as well just play 1 and then just be done with it, So 1 is what we're going for. Maybe 2 is the right answer. I'm not sure, but I personally I think 1 is the way to go. We're playing 2 Laboratory Maniacs just because this is your primary win condition. And if people are playing Purify the Grave, or a bunch of effects, you don't want them to remove both of your only win cons. Okay, and also with another card that I'll explain in a little bit. We're also playing 3 Sphinx of Uthuun, and this is basically the Sphinx comes in and he does a fact of fiction. So this is one of your Séance targets, because this is going to help you dig 5 cards deep for free, and that's always a good thing. We're playing 1 Archaeomancer. When he comes into the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your hand. So this is good because it'll help you get your dig cards, help you get a Supreme Verdict, maybe Unburial Rites if that's necessary. It's a good utility card. Only 1 of those. We're playing a Geist-Honored Monk, which is a human. Power and toughness equal to the number of creatures in play. It gives you some 1 white spirits. I'm not sure if he belongs in here, but in my previous Angel of Glory Rise decks, he was a real powerhouse. So we're going to keep him in. We're playing 1 Zealous Conscript, which is another human. And this is very, very good against control and planeswalkers because it helps you steal a permanent and then gains haste on the turn. You know how the guy works. So he's pretty good. And we're playing a couple Snapcasters to help us extend our dig, give us a cheat chump blocker. Snapcaster's still a good card. And we're playing 3 Cathedral Sanctifiers. This could be Centaur Healer, but I didn't splash green. And this guy's a human, so this works well with the Angel. This is just good for aggro, stemming aggro, which is kind of prevalent in my meta. And then we got 3 Angel of Glory Rise, and this is great because this is a great Séance target, because when you got humans in the graveyard, you token the Angel, get all the humans back, Angel disappears, humans stay. And anytime you can get value like that, it's a significant change in tempo. For the rest of the package, for spells, we got 3 Forbidden Alchemy to help dig. Digging 4 is good. It's got flashback. We got 4 Izzet Charm. Izzet Charm is very versatile. It's actually a very good charm, underrated charm. But hopefully in these games you can see that it works real well. We got 2 Unburial Rites. I only got 2 black sources for mana, or 2 black sources. So this is not something I really want in my hand most of the game, but I have enough ways to discard it. And, in late game, chances are I'll be able to play it. 3 Supreme Verdict in the main board for aggro, and 4 Faithless Looting, which is just a great card for digging. Mana base is something that's a work in progress. Nothing real noteworthy except for Slayers Stronghold, which gives your creatures haste. Which may be important. I actually might want to run more of these. I'm not sure, but if you're able to land the Séance, against some decks you just want to just come and deal damage. So against some control decks, this actually might be good. For the sideboard, we got 1 more Zealous Conscripts for control, 3 Geist-Honored Traft for control, and this is also to help combat opposing Geists. We have 3 Sundering Growth, which will help populate our tokens that we make, but chances are that probably won't happen, because really what it's there for is for Séance, to get rid of O-rings or detention spheres, or whatever your opponent's throwing on the board. We got 3 Negates, which are also for control. Make sure that you're able to land the important plays that you want to play. 4 Pillar of Flame for aggro, and 1 Supreme Verdict for aggro. So that's the deck, and we'll take a look at it now. We'll start testing.